Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers podcast. As usual, back again with Luke and Lee. How we doing, lads?
I'm good. I'm sitting on the bed, guys, because I put my back out in work today. We've not gone back to the romantic boudoir where we all sit on the bed and talk to each other about West Ham. I've put my back out today, so I've had to lay down filming the podcast today. I do apologise.
Yeah, well, if you'd like to see that video, go ahead to our Plus 18 site where...
and watch some of our previous podcasts. Yeah. Guys, I think I've had enough days to sulk now. That bloody hurt, that's what I'm going to say. On Saturday, that's why there was no review, guys. Be honest, I could not do a review without being bitter. I could see no positives at the time. Lee, you was there, mate, and I don't envy you at all.
Oh, it was horrible walking out, and when the third goal went in, and it was just shocking, actually. But should we break it down? 88-minute previous was decent. Decent, played well. Lovely football. Winston Reid is the best performance from him since probably, I'm trying to think, but maybe Man City away last year when we won there. It was immense, absolutely immense. It's one of the best centre-half performances. I mean, Harry Kane did not get a sniff the whole until not the whole game, but 88 minutes.
Let's just look at them positives for the first few bits. Anything from you, Paul, positive-wise?
Well, yeah, as Lee said, and I said it at the time, like, Reid was absolutely outstanding, easily man of the match, phenomenal performance. And they didn't really trouble us. Like, we dealt with everything. They really didn't trouble us. You know, we were dealing with everything well. We matched them well. I know me and Lee have different opinions on Sacco. I don't think we really created much, to be honest, while he was on the pitch. But, you know, we got the goal. Obviously, came back to 1-1 and then went ahead again. And, you know, things were looking fantastic. And you're thinking, yeah, well... I say you're thinking, yeah, we're going to see this out. I didn't. I don't think I ever once thought we're going to see this out. I had a bet on West Ham to win, both teams to score, and I cashed it out in the 84th minute. As soon as Norvoet come on, it's like, right, this is going to go wrong, and I cashed that bet out, and well, we all know what happened. But before then, no, like we looked good. We did look good.
The worst that result should have been is a draw. Though that should not have been a loss.
2-1 up with 5 minutes to go. You got to see that out. Sorry, you have to see it out. And that's why I kind of get the sub. And I think that most Premier League managers would have brought on a holding midfielder at that stage. I don't think we can be too harsh on Bilic for bringing Norwood on, because I'd like to find another Premier League manager that wouldn't have brought on a holding midfielder.
The form we're in as well. The form we're in, I can totally understand why he was trying to consolidate.
See, I kind of agree. I kind of don't. I hate when we try and shut up shop and sit back. Has it ever worked? Ever? Has it ever actually worked? Have we ever tried to sit back and not concede?
Well, the only time I can remember, I've already mentioned it, was City away last year when they battered us for the second half. We didn't attack once. That was the only real time that it happened. Yeah, it isn't. Pyatt just doesn't defend. Let's be frank. He just does not defend.
I don't think Pyatt should have come off though. He was an outlet.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly the word. He was the only outlet. When Pyatt came off, that was it. That was it. We were just backs to the wall, absolutely getting hammered. And the thing with Norwood coming on is, I'm sorry, he's not done anything in the West Ham shirt. Personally, I don't know why. If he wanted to shore up the defence, he should have brought Collins on and pushed Kouyaté into midfield. It was a suicide sub. I'm sorry. Like it was just, it had disaster written all over it. A lot of people were slating Zaza when he came on. Apart from that, obviously when he should have put Pay through, I don't know why he didn't. He delayed the pass and left it too late. But, and this is probably where me and Lee are going to disagree massively. When Zaza was on the pitch, we looked far more dangerous, in my opinion, than any time when Sacco was on.
I think there's two things you've got to look at that. At that point, we were what Sacco does, and I know he doesn't score as much as he should, and he doesn't probably create, although frankly it's not down to him to create, it's down to your Lanzinis and your Pyatt's to do that. But he does the donkey work. When Zaza was on the pitch,
he did stop running, Paul. You can't deny that.
No, I can't.
Paul, let me finish, please.
No, go on. Sorry,
when Zaza was on the pitch, they were chasing the game. There was more space. We were going to create more chances. We was always going to create more chances at that stage in the game because he came on for the last 15 when they were pushing forward. They'd taken off Eric Dyer and brought on not Eric Dyer. Someone was planning on holding him. They took off a midfielder or a defender and put on a what's his name, Ali. So there was going to be more space, and we were going to be everyone's entitled to opinion, of course, and I appreciate that. But the running he does off the ball every time that their fullbacks had the ball. What Sacco gives you is the option to smack it over the top, and all the pressure is gone. All the pressure is gone at that stage because the ball was out, and he will chase that. He was chasing down Walker. He was chasing the opposite end of the pitch. He was chasing down the other one, Rose. He did not give their defence a moment's peace when he was on the pitch, and he was knackered when he came off, and that's why he had to come off at that stage. What I will say about him, though, and what really got on my nerves, all that's happened, and we don't know the truth about what's happened, and he did acknowledge the fan once. When he come off the pitch, the fans were singing his name. Now, if what's true, and he has been sulking or blah, 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 he did not acknowledge the fans. When they were singing his name when they come, he did not even turn to applaud the fans. And that, in my book, is disgraceful. Because if it's true what he has been doing, to then be almost forgiven with the fans singing his name, to not even acknowledge him, I think is absolutely disgusting. That being said, I thought he did well when he played.
No, I thought he played well.
My problem with his performance was, for me, obviously, Lee, you were there. I was only watching it on telly. But for me, he was running around a lot, but he was running around in circles. He weren't really doing anything. What did he actually do while he was on the pitch?
But I think that running around...
Yeah, but when it mattered...
Occupies people so it's more free.
Yeah, but when it mattered, he weren't doing it. And I actually said this in the group message between us all during the game. I counted at least 3 times where Antonio and... name's gone. Antonio and Ayew both were shouting at Sacco because they were putting the ball on, flicking the ball, and then he weren't chasing it. He just stood there. So when it mattered, he weren't... again, this is, like Lee says, it's totally opinions, and I'm sure a lot of people would disagree and agree with both of us. But to me, he looked like someone who's carrying around a cardboard box at work. Do you know what I mean? He looked to me like someone who looked like he was trying to look like he was putting the effort in. But when it mattered, he weren't... Like I say, he weren't chasing onto balls. He weren't chasing onto flick-ons. What did he actually do? He never tested the keeper. He never looked like assisting anybody. He never got in behind. What did he do?
I mean, I thought
it's that occupying. It was the occupying the defenders.
Yeah,
is why that he moved. He occupied Vertonghen, and that released Pyatt, and then could do things. Again, we'll see what happens in Man United on Sunday. But let's talk about some of the. One other thing that sticks out for me, performance of the team in general without Mark Noble.
Lanzini in central midfield was outstanding. Mm-hmm. If Reed won on the pitch, he would have been man of the match. He was so good, Lanzini. And don't forget, he got booked quite early on, and to play in central midfield with a booking, I think he got booked in about the 20th minute or something. I can't remember exactly. I haven't watched the game again for obvious reasons. I thought he was outstanding, and I don't think we missed Noble in the slightest.
No, I think the ball moved a lot quicker.
That being said, if he was on the bench, would have been a better option to bring on.
I'll agree with that. But the ball moves so much quicker. Obiang again, fantastic as well. Negatives, guys, because I'm not going to sit here and act like this is a positive bloody performance because it's not in the position we're in.
Individual mistakes again.
Yeah.
Again, individual mistakes cost us. Like for the first goal,
Ogbonna.
Well, yeah, Ogbonna. Yes and no. I've seen different sides to this. A lot of people are blaming Ogbonna, but Ogbonna had moved in to intercept the cross. That's what he was doing. Randolph, it's really difficult because it was a really stupid thing for Randolph to do, to go for it and just push it out.
No, that was the second goal. The first goal was Ogbonna. He gave it away.
Oh, yes. Sorry, you're right, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right, yeah. And, again, so as Ogbonna as well was watching for the second goal. But, yeah, Randolph, I don't know. I think he should have left it and let Ogbonna deal with it, but he didn't. He sort of just pushed it out to nowhere. And then the penalty was just absolute madness. Absolute
Randolph's performance, though, in general? I thought
he made
great save against Eric Dyer.
Oh, yeah, the Dyer save was outstanding. It was a big call by Bilic, a massive call to drop Adrian.
Did he do any better than Adrian, in your opinion?
You know what he is? He's a lot calmer when he's got the ball at his feet, which I like.
You say that, but he kicked it straight out and got away with one. There was one he just kicked straight out into the middle of the pitch, and he got really lucky with that.
I would still play him Sunday, though. I would still put against Man United.
And he took someone on as well. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, he took Kane on. It's like, and I was thinking, what are you doing? This is you're supposed to be the calm head, and you're doing what Adrian does. What are you doing? In my opinion, I don't think he was any better than Adrian. I don't, I think they were pretty much on the same level.
Guys, for that, who's the main scapegoat for you?
Do you know what I will say? And this has got nothing to do with his performance, but whenever Randolph plays, we seem to concede about 3 goals.
Yeah.
Nearly every single game that he's played, we've conceded. Obviously, not every single game, but there's been a lot of occasions where we've conceded a lot of goals, and not necessarily his fault, but maybe, I don't know, is Adrian more vocal? It strikes me as quite a calm presence. Maybe he's less vocal behind the fence. I don't know.
Also, well, another point worth mentioning, he went the right way for a penalty and didn't get anywhere near it, which is poor. So that just shows that maybe he went late, but he went the right way. He was nowhere near it.
Penalty.
It was a good penalty, but if you're going the right way, you've got to be at least getting near it. Do you know what I mean? But no, as for whose fault it was, well, it was individual mistakes, obviously, which cost us. And I at the time and still now, I blame Bilic. I think the substitutions were wrong. I think trying to shut up was wrong because, we did it early in the game, conceded. Then we managed to get back in front again. And then it's just repeating over and over and over again. Every time we try and sit back, you just know we're going to concede.
So that leaves us in quite a predicament, guys. Obviously, the games don't get any easier. We'll talk about Man United in a minute. But going forward, does Mark Noble come back in now or not?
I don't think he should, but I think he will.
And with Reed being suspended, is it a chance for Reece to come in?
Apparently he's been injured.
Yeah, and he's been here. I don't know if he's fit again, but I think Collins will come in, play centre half in the next match. Is he going to make changes? Is he going to prioritise League or Cup? Don't know. Don't know. It's a big ask to play. Old Trafford's massive pitch, really demanding place to play football. To play there twice in 3 days is a big ask for the same team. So it'd be interesting to see what he does team-wise. Yeah. You mentioned it a second ago about the predicament, and we are in a sticky situation, but it's so tight. Bottom half of the league.
It's very tight, yeah.
Like, I can't remember it being as tight as it is. It's, one win in, you're sort of close to top 10, 2 wins, you're looking towards top 8. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's it. When we were winning, when we were 2-1 up, we were 12th. So like you say, it is to put 2 wins together and we're right up there again. So
that's right.
An important week coming up. We're not going to get into it now, but we've got Burnley and Hull at home in the same week, and on the Wednesday, and then
that's massive. Yeah, they're massive games.
Saturday, massive week.
Guys, because the podcast obviously is going out late this week, this will count as the preview for the Manchester United game as well. So guys, Manchester United twice in a week. I'm not sure whether Paul will do an FA Cup preview or not. We'll see. Not FA Cup preview, League Cup preview. But Man United on Sunday. Some good memories from last year. Obviously, 0-0 up there last year. Obviously, we had the FA Cup game with Payet's absolute cracker of a free kick, and obviously went to a replay and we lost that. What was that? I can't remember what the replay was. I remember it hurt. I can't remember the score. What was it, Lee?
2-1.
2-1. And then obviously the last ever game up to part 1 of the greatest games that I've ever witnessed. 3-2 win for West Ham. So we ain't got a bad record against them at the minute. I don't really fear them, but this is the sort of game where they'll turn up and tuck us in like 3-4 0. They'll decide they'll want to play, and you guarantee Rooney will play in the cup game and he will score.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they come after what happened at the last game of the season with the last game home game. So with the coach and everything, and us stopping them getting in the Champions League, basically, they might well be up for this, like big time up for it. So we're going to have to raise again. That being said, I've watched a bit of them this year, and obviously Ibrahimovic and Pogba are great players on their day, but they haven't done it really in the last few weeks. Yeah. So they're obviously ones to fit. Actually, I was watching the other day, and their most dangerous players, Antonio Valencia, the player at right back.
He's very good. He's very good.
Him and Juan Mata as well, who I doubt will play both games. They're the two ones that worry me. really. Looking at that team, obviously you've got to say for him.
Looking at their form, actually, they're on very, very similar form as us as well. They've not won. They've only won a few, like one in about the last 6, and they're not scoring many goals. So I don't know. I don't fear them at all. But like I say, it's the sort of game where I can see it's getting really badly turned over.
The only thing that worries me is they've got far, far better rotation options than we have. You know, so they can like rotate in. You've got Ibra and then Rashford, and then they've got Marshall and Depay and like Mata and Valencia and
kick. Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, exactly. They've got really good rotation options, so they could probably field 2 very strong teams, whereas we've got 1. So
I think they're weak defensively, in the centre back positions. Be interested if Carroll's fit, because him up against Blint, I don't know. Did they probably play against last year? Didn't do much. I don't know. I think they're there to be got at. I think we can score against them, but can we keep a clean sheet? Probably not.
With that in mind, what do you think the lineup's going to be, guys? Do you think Randolph will start, or do you think Adrian will come back?
I think he'll definitely start the league game. Yeah. And then
in terms of the back four, back 5, whatever it's going to be, obviously Reed's suspended. Who's going in there?
Do you know, again, we're going to... You know what we didn't mention was Antonio diving in for I think it was equaliser, the 2-2. He really died. He just cannot play in that wing-back position. We've got to sort it out. He's great going forward, and I love him, and he scores great goals, and it's fantastic, but he can't play that wing-back position. We've got to do something about it. But he doesn't fit anywhere else in the side. If you play in that system, is the only position he fits in that system.
Yeah.
That's just, but we've got no one else that can play the position, really. Arbeloa's gone AWOL, apparently. I don't know what's happened to him. Byram is injured. You know, drop him and play Fernandes? I don't know.
So who do you think then?
I think the one change would be Collins for Reed.
Collins for Reed, yeah. Anything? Sacco up front then again?
I think Sacco will start up front. I think Noble will come back in for who placed. I'm trying to think who placed Noble.
Well, really,
Ayew and Sacco, wasn't it? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's who does he drop? He can't drop Obiang. Yeah, Obiang for me is one of the only undroppable players in the team at the minute.
I can see him dropping him.
Be a wrong decision though, surely no.
Ayew didn't do much the other day. I must say. I don't think Ayew was up to much good.
And I really like Lanzini in that midfield role.
Yeah,
deeper midfield role.
He's got a conundrum. He's got a conundrum. Will he play Antonio up front? It's worked before. Against Chelsea. Played well against Chelsea. I don't know. It's hard to guess what he's going to do at the moment.
Yeah. He may go 2 at the back again. He may change the back just for this game. But then that mean Antonio right back, wouldn't it? And I don't want to see that. I was thinking that he might push Sheck up more into midfield. I don't know.
I mean, that is the thing stopping us going back to a back 4 is that we don't have a right back.
Well, Arbeloa, he's been mentioned a few times on the official website, so I'm assuming he's sort of back in training. From what people were saying on the forums and that, apparently him and Bilic are kissed and made up, so he could be back in the fold again soon. Yeah.
Predictions for the league game first.
I think we'll lose.
It should be a massacre, actually. You know what? I think 2-0. I think 2-0 loss. Lee? You'll both games because you're not a real fan.
No, I'm not a real fan, but I am going both games. I think we're going to draw in the league.
Paul?
1-1.
Well, I say in the league, I think we're going to lose.
Then obviously, like I say, guys, the cup games on the Wednesday night. It's one of the questions. I can't remember who it's from. Which one do you want to win?
Well, obviously the cup. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I want to win the cup. I want to win the cup game. Yeah, and I think we will. I think Rooney will score against us in the cup though, because I think he'll play the cup game and he'll score.
Can I just plead, because I know all the West Ham players watch this podcast, I don't want to go to extra time penalties. I don't want to be driving home at 3 o'clock in the morning from Manchester. Just get it done in 90 minutes. Get the win done in 90 minutes. Crying out loud. Oh, just get it done.
There you go. You've been told.
Yeah, because they all listen. They'll watch this. They probably got put it on iTunes, didn't they? These modern footballers.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. They probably, as they're doing the training, mate, they just put their headphones in, Kick and pull, man. Yeah, so that's the preview, guys, for the Manchester United game.
Just saying that. Sorry, just one more thing. If it does go to penalties, I think we'll do it on penalties because we've got the Adrian factor. I'm assuming he'll come in for the cup game. I think we'll do them on penalties.
There you go.
Yeah, guys. Let us know your predictions for both Manchester United games, Cup and League. Let us know your views, what you think your lineup's going to be. Will Noble come back in? Will Randolph start? Will Adrian start? Let us know. Moving on, guys. We seem touching it every week about the transfer news and stuff. Few new things out there. Michy Batshuayi possibly coming on loan. Yes, no?
Definitely take him. 100% take him. I can't see it happening, but I'll definitely take him. There's not... I haven't seen too many rumours that have really sort of excited me, to be honest.
The Mario Mandzukic rumours out there that Zaza will go back... Listen, I'm not going to slag him off. I like Mandzukic. I think he's a very, very good player, but I think another gamble.
And it's another Carroll. I want to see a more dynamic striker.
More pace.
Yeah, rather than... Like, how have we gone from looking at players like Lacazette and Bacca, who are quick getting behind players, to looking at big lumps again? I don't know. I don't like that, but...
No, there was some Jermaine Defoe rumours as well, again this week.
To be fair, the one thing I will say with Mandzukic is at least he's got pedigree. Do you know what I mean? At least he has done it.
Oh, yeah, he is... that
he's proven.
Just that level below, world class sort of thing, yeah. What about another one, guys? I think Lee's mentioned him quite a few times, actually. Edin Dzeko. I would have him. 100%.
Take him in a heartbeat, yeah.
100%.
I like that.
100% I would have him.
Although he's getting on a bit now as well, isn't he? And how old is he now?
29, 30.
You see what happened the other day? He got sent off. He pulled down a player's shorts because they had a row and he got sent off. So that's the sort of person we want.
What sort of money would you be looking at? Again, I can't remember his age. Has anyone got his age at the top of their head?
I feel like he might be 30 odd.
Let me have a quick look.
I don't know why I sort of think that, but it feels like he's been around for a long time.
Okay, Edin Dzeko, 31 next year.
Yeah.
So
it's another short-term option. That's the only thing.
I want Giroud. Giroud's the one I want.
Oh, he ain't coming to West Ham.
He ain't coming. No. I think his ego's too big to come to West Ham. But he's the one. He's my dream at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dream of him, but he's my dream. Just,
of all the names we've been linked with, the best by a mile so far is Daniel Sturridge. Yeah,
100%, yeah. A few right backs linked as well, guys. I've seen Glenn Johnson. I've seen Marion. I've seen Carl Jenkinson's name tatted around again. I think them two positions are priority. We need to sort them out once and for all. Especially again, people are saying that the right back position is more important. It's like, no. I'd rather have Antonio fill in right back and go and get a big striker than get a right back and then still not have a decent striker.
Do you know? I think it's fair to say that Bilic doesn't like Byram. You know,
I think he likes him. He likes him.
But like the end of last season when he could have played him and didn't, and there's been a few times this season he could have played him and didn't. So I've just been distracted because I've had a tweet from the official West Ham thing. But anyway, I'll come back to that in a minute. It got me excited for a second.
What did you make of? What did you make of? If any of you who watched it, guys, did you make anything of Carl Jenkinson's performance against Manchester United?
I didn't see it.
Didn't see it. Lee, did you see any of it? I thought he played quite well, actually.
I thought he did all right last night as well. He played against. Did they play last night? PSG.
Yeah, I thought he played quite well. It's one of them that we couldn't even get him at West Ham now, to be honest.
No, do you know? I think we need, and it kind of strikes me as Arbeloa, but we need an experienced, maybe not someone as old as Arbeloa, but someone, I think, 27 plus that can come in and steady the ship a bit. We need a, like we did with Lucas Neal. We mentioned him before. Like when we signed Lucas Neal, he was 29, wasn't he? But he did all right for us. And
yeah, they mentioned that on post-match point when we bought Lucas Neal, and I'll totally agree. He just was a steady head, knew what he was doing. That's what you just need. That calm. I couldn't
give you a name, to be honest, but
there's
Jeff Debuchy,
right back.
Jeff Debuchy.
Yeah, 100%.
Who's the guy who always gets linked to us? Cerna. Where's he now?
Dario Cerna, is he? I feel like he's at Lazio.
Football Manager. Sign him all the time.
From Newcastle.
Who?
Or did he leave Newcastle?
Who?
Jan Matt. Where did Jan?
He's at Watford.
Oh, you went to Watford?
Oh well, Cerner's at Shakhtar Donetsk now.
Oh well.
That's where he's been for years.
Yeah. Still the captain of the Croatian national team. So yeah, obviously Bilic knows him.
Yeah.
He's 34 though.
Yeah, but sometimes you need them sort of. I was talking about in work actually today about when we used to sign your Stuart Pearceys, your Nigel Winterburns, your Rufus Brevich, your Chrissy Powells. Yeah, they're old men, but they're bloody good players. They were.
What about? Well, obviously we have been linked with Glenn Johnson, who's not as old as the other guys.
32 though.
He got in the last England squad. He got in Allardyce or Southgate's England squad, first one, which was strange.
I'd have him back.
Yeah, no, so would I. Yeah, I wish we would have signed him when he was on a free from Liverpool.
He's a right back, and he's a right back that will do a job. I've said it last week, but Frank Lampard, guys.
I think he's going to retire.
Well,
I think him and Gerrard have.
Would you not have him for a year?
Lee, Luke, are you seriously asking me this question? Are you genuinely seriously asking this question?
Would you not have him for a year if he got you 10 goals?
No. No.
Lee, would you have him?
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah.
Oh.
Till the end of the
go
season.
away.
I'm telling you now, I don't care. I know it's very controversial as a West Ham fan, but that guy gets you 10 goals.
Who'd you drop?
Bloody Mark Noble.
Well, he's already been dropped, hasn't he? So.
Yeah.
Oh no! Go away.
Discussing with my dad actually, ex-West Ham players that are currently still playing that I would have back. I would definitely have Michael Carrick back.
Yeah, so would I. Yeah, but he's playing again now. He was their captain the other day.
Yeah, he was one of their best players actually. I'd have Jermaine back all day long. I'd have Glenn back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have Joey back now. Joey's a bit old now.
He was on Soccer AM the weekend.
No, Joey Cole.
Yeah, young Joe was on Soccer AM the weekend.
For Christmas, I'm going to wrap you up, Karen Brady and Frank Lampard, in a nice present. I'm going to wrap it up and send it over to Belfast to you and Ireland, and yeah, happy Christmas.
Can we chuck Matthew Upton in there as well? That's another one I can't stand. Right, okay, guys, that's it for the news. Obviously, we touched on the Qatari stuff.
Before you move on, obviously, Bilic. Rumours about Bilic's future still swirling, and Roberto Mancini heavily linked this week.
And
someone else and all today, Rafa Benitez.
Yeah,
Rafa. Yeah,
I'd have Rafa. I think he's proven at Newcastle what sort of a manager he is. He's done some good things there. He's brought a nice, steady little side. I know Newcastle's basically like Celtic winning the Scottish League. Like it's that easy for a team like Newcastle. But I'd have Rafa. But I don't want Bilic to go. Please.
No, I don't like this topic. I don't want to talk about it.
No, 100%.
Because let's be realistic. Okay, if this continues for another 5-6 games, I love Bilic, but at some point they've got to cut the ties.
Do you know, the thing is, if the league continues as it is and it is just 2 wins, then I don't think they'll sack him. If it continues as it is at the moment, where 2 wins can put you right out of danger, but then again 2 win defeats after that can drag you back in, obviously.
What happens if we fight for Christmas? Which can happen.
Well,
yeah, it can.
It can, I don't think they'll sack him. No. They didn't sack Sam, they didn't sack Grant, and they were both in the bottom 3 at Christmas. So I don't think they'll sack him.
No, I'm just giving theories.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And no, of course, you know, I love Slav and I really want him to stay. There does have to become a point where you say, okay, listen, it's not working. Where that point is, I don't know. Do you let the worst happen and then let him try and build us back again from the Championship?
No, we can't afford to go down. We can't.
But if we're bottom at Christmas, for example, and then we sack him off and we do get a Benitez or a Mancini and it doesn't work out, are they going to... Well, Benitez is doing it now in the Championship, but someone like Mancini, no chance he's going to stick around. So, I don't know. You're gambling either way, really.
Mm. And my fear is, see, if we don't manage to get ourselves sort of above water before the January transfer window, who's coming? No one's coming.
I've been saying that for a while. You know, all these names that are being bandied about. If we're in the bottom 3 at Christmas, coming into January, who are we going to sign? Who's going to want to come to a team struggling?
The only way, Lee, is if let's say we win that quarter final on Wednesday, and there's a possible cup final there for someone. that could sway someone.
I mean, the other thing is we'd have to do what we did before and pay ridiculous wages. Like last time we was in that predicament.
But the thing then, like you say, like say for example, like I would love West Ham to go and buy Jermaine Defoe. I'll say that right here, right now. But Sunderland are going to go, 20 million, even though he's 35, because they know we want him, and they can't afford to get rid of him. Really,
20 million, 4-year contract.
Yeah,
it's just a disaster waiting to happen.
No, it is. That's my fear. If we don't manage to turn this around quite quick, is that no decent striker is going to want to come anyway. And Payet's just going to get more and more sulky, more and more just going through the motions. It's not good.
Payet is done. He's gone.
Like
not in January, but at the end of this season, he's gone.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless we turn around dramatically, and like we sign a 30 goal a season striker in January, he's gone.
He was very, very good on Saturday.
Oh no, he was. He was very good.
I'll tell you, seriously,
I feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah, I do. Enjoy watching him while you can, because he's not going to be here much longer.
No,
it's tough, isn't it, that we've got one of the best players in Europe at the moment and we're struggling.
Yeah. Why have we not? As Spurs were, where Bale was just getting them out of it all the time. Why ain't that happening to us?
But he did it last year for us.
Yeah.
You can't rely on him to keep doing it on his own every week.
No, especially second season. I'm not saying he's been figured out, but obviously defenders are a bit more aware of him now. Like this guy's one of the best players in the world. He's rightly been put in the voting for best team of last year and Ballon d'Or nominee. Like the geezer's no muck. This guy's a well-known player now. It's very annoying. Very annoying. David Sullivan's obviously denied the Qatari thing. Any more opinions on that?
He hasn't really denied it, has he? All he's done is say that we're not in talks with anyone at the moment. That's all he's done, is he said we're not in talks with anyone at the moment. He didn't say we're not selling the club.
To be fair to David Sullivan, is from day one, he's always said... What's
that on your arm there, Lee?
Oh, that little mark. It's not a birthmark. No, it's a West Ham tattoo there.
See that? Right, okay, yeah.
It's the West Ham
tattoo. A real fan. You were a real fan from the comments.
I know. You see, it's not a Millwall tattoo. It's an actual West Ham tattoo there.
There you go. Have you got one, Luke?
No, I haven't. No.
There's some more hammers there. It's look at this. Real. We're not real fans.
No. Anyone who is not getting this joke, go and check the comments for last week's podcast where Lee was called out for not being a real West Ham fan. Like you say, mate, there's no smoke without fire on this David Sullivan thing. I think there's something going on there. Whether they'll sell yet, who knows? Or
sorry, what I was going to say before I had to sharpen my board here was from day one, Sullivan has always said if someone comes along with the best interests of West Ham's, he'll sell to him. He's always said that. Yeah. So to be fair to him, he's only being consistent with the message that he's always had, is that if someone comes along and it's for the best interest, we don't want to be back in the hands of some rich biscuit baron from Iceland who's going to ruin us again. It needs to be for the best of us. I think so. So I think, to be fair to him, he's always said that.
Oh yeah, that's always been the plan. Obviously, their plan from day one was to put us in that stadium and sell us. That's been their plan from day one.
And they've took us to that point. It's time within the next couple of years to just go now. I thank them for everything they've done, but they have took us as far as a club as they can, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, questions, guys, because we're running out of time. Billy on Twitter. What was Bilic thinking with the subs? What would you guys have done differently with regards to subs, if anything?
Well, yeah, I already covered it a little bit. So, as I say, he was... I don't like the fact that he tried to shore things up anyway, but yeah, okay, I can understand him doing that. Payet off was the wrong decision. Obviously, as Luke said, he was our only outlet. He was the one holding the ball up and relieving some pressure. Really bad decision to bring Payet off, in my opinion. And for me, Collins should have came on and pushed Kouyaté into midfield. That's what I would have done. The
thing I said on Saturday, and you've kind of said it there, is that I would have stuck him up front. But you don't defend, so just say to him, go and stand on the halfway line and be ready to pick the ball. Yeah.
Next one, Billy Boland. People are calling for Bilic to be sacked. What do you think? Well, we sort of half touched on it just then. I don't want him to get sacked, but as Paul said, there does come a point where you do need to start thinking, is it time to say goodbye?
I don't think it's yet.
Oh, no.
Someone touched on this. I can't remember who talked about it, about the coaching staff, whether they need to be questioned and stuff. It's like, is it time maybe to change coaching staff?
But they're Billich's staff.
I love Julian Dix. Don't get me wrong. What does he do apart from collecting the cones?
Well, that is what he does, isn't it? He's not a coach, is he? He's not employed as a coach, as far as I'm aware. So
coaching assistant, I think his title is.
Yeah. So it's. I don't know the actual coaching team, but they're Billich's team. So at the end of the day, they're people he brought in. So the buck stops with him,
Yeah. Greg Richards, would you forfeit ever going to a West Ham game again in exchange for lifting the FA Cup this year?
Oh no.
That's a weird question. Why would you do that?
It's just like one of those, if really like testing ones.
No, it's tough because I said
before, but I couldn't give up getting West Ham.
No, it would. What would I do on the weekends?
Yeah,
I have to read.
John. Sorry, boys, I'm just having a little look. Would you go back to the bowling if it meant starting again in League Two?
No.
I probably would.
I'd love to go back there, but I wouldn't start in League Two.
I don't know. That's actually a difficult question for me to answer. Obviously, it's all theoretical because it's never going to happen. It doesn't matter. But I don't know. A big part of me wants to say yes. I don't know. The stadium each week just seems to be getting worse and worse, and the more we hear about it.
I don't enjoy going there at all. I don't. And that's not me being a bit like, oh, I love Upton Park. I just don't enjoy going there. I really don't. Don't enjoy it at all. Let us know your opinions, guys. Do you enjoy the new stadium at all? What are your positives on the new stadium? Jeff Blackman, why do we always concede a penalty in the dying second, and why does Bilic always make unnecessary substitutions at the end? I don't know. I think they've had an absolute mare anyway. No?
It wasn't an unnecessary substitution. It was potentially the wrong substitution. I said at the top of the show that most managers would have shored up their sides at that point in the game, given how we've been playing. So I don't think it was unnecessary. Perhaps it was the wrong person to bring on. He hasn't set the world alight, Nordved. Let's not forget about Nordved. He was playing better than Xhaka, who went to Arsenal for 30-odd million.
Yeah, apparently
he's rated higher than Xhaka. So he's not a bad player. It just hasn't happened to him at West Ham, like it has happened for Tor, for Zaza, for Faguglia, who hasn't had a chance, granted. But it just hasn't happened for him. But I don't think it was an unnecessary substitution. Something had to change because we were under the cosh.
Yep. Just checking one of the random ones. SB, Nike or Adidas?
Depends. I like Adidas clothes better, but Nike trainers better. Yeah, Adidas clothes, Nike trainers.
Yeah, I agree with that. I prefer Nike trainers and then Adidas clothes. Yeah. As a PE teacher, obviously, I have to have some nice tracksuits. So, Lee, Fila, Adore,
Adidas. What was that? What was them ones? What were the ones that made that kit for years? Tiny, not
Fila.
Pony.
No, Pony. That was
it. Great kits, Pony with a nice Dagenham Motors logo.
Yeah, brilliant. Classy. Billy again. Do you think West Ham will ever win the league in our lifetime?
No.
Well, I don't know. Our lifetime. That's a long time.
I'm 31. I hope I live to about 80 odd. So there's 49 years.
That's a long time.
For us to win it. Who knows? Let's hope so. Stephen Ruxink, I think that's how you pronounce it. When do we consider this to be a crisis? The manner of our defeats is more worrying than the points dropped.
Sorry, I don't agree with that for 1 second. The manner of our defeats. If it weren't for some individual errors, and if Zaza released Pai a bit earlier, we would have beat Spurs 3-1.
Yeah, I know that, but is the way we lost mentally damaging?
It's very damaging.
Look what it did to us as fans. Like, I was devastated for like 3-4 days. Like, what does that do to players losing like that?
Yeah.
I think they've paid enough money to put it to the back of their minds. But it does, and we've seen it before with West Ham, and it is a mental... Let me put a question to you. It's kind of linked to that. Is the way we lost was shocking, 3-2. Would you prefer to have gone there and lost 6-0?
Yeah. Well, maybe not 6-0, but I would have rather lost 3-0.
Yeah, I think that would have been easier to take, Lee, actually. Like, I would have been devastated, to lose like that was.
It's chucking it away. That's the thing. It's throwing it away.
But at least we gave it a bloody good go.
Yeah, which is great. But
everyone loves a tryer.
But it hurts more. It's the hope that kills you, as they say.
It is.
Isn't that what being West Ham fans about?
Yeah, I suppose so.
The argument of last week that we don't want to get taken over. Concours O'Rain. Zazari's not in the Italy team for no reason. He is clearly lacking confidence. Do we wait for him to hit form? No.
We ain't got time to wait.
And we say every week since he's been here, the 14 games has killed him. The 14 games has killed him. There is a good player in there. I can see it. He's being slated. But there is a good player in there for me. That little bit of skill, which did he nutmeg for Tongan, but then that's when he didn't allow Payet. That was class. That little move he did there. Lee?
Yeah, and it's true. The 14 game thing was ridiculous because other than a handful, not many foreign players come to the Premier League and score 20 goals in their first season.
I think as a striker, you can't put 14 games on a striker's head either. No. Any other position is a bit easier.
I mean, and again, I've used this before, and I'm not comparing them as players, but look at Thierry Henry, one of the greatest players ever to be in the Premier League. If Arsenal would have ditched him off after that first season, then we never would have seen that like unreal player that played in the Premier League. And
that's right.
To put a deadline on it like we did.
Yeah, it was the wrong decision.
Yeah.
But no, we unfortunately, because of that deadline, we haven't got the time to wait for him to come good. So it's a shame.
How much would you pay for him though? If you could get him and there was time, how much would you pay for him now?
Based on what I know now, or based on what
5 million?
Based on what you know now.
5 million.
Yeah, 5 million.
Yeah. Billy, again, touched on this already, but would you take Dzeko in January? Yeah. 100%. 100%. Andy Smith, thoughts on January move for Drogba free, Terry loan? I think we will struggle to bring in top players, and these may be the sort of desperation ones we need to go for.
John Terry would never come to West Ham in a million years. It
would not. Do you not think?
No. I think in a million years. He hates us.
I think he would.
No, Terry don't hate West Ham.
He does. He hates us.
Didn't he play at Tony Carr's testimonial game?
Well, he might like Tony Carr, but he doesn't.
I think he would. I think he would. I don't want him, but I think he would come.
I don't want him. I don't like him either.
No.
But I don't know. I've never got the vibe that he hates West Ham.
Huh.
Oh, there's a photo of me we got on the back page of the Guardian where he's voting the West Ham fans.
Excuse me. Oh yeah. Banter.
Yeah. No, I don't. No, I've never got that vibe from him.
You look back. He scored against us about 4 times. Look at his celebrations. He does not like West Ham.
Yeah, but that's because we've bantered him for the whole 90 minutes.
I think it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
He does not like West Ham.
No, fair enough. Drogba's about 42, isn't he?
Yeah, Drogba's about 90.
How old is he? I need to find out how old. He's got to be 38, isn't he?
Isn't he? 39?
When he came back, I think he was 37 when he was back at Chelsea. And what was that, 2 years ago? Was it?
Yeah.
Drogba is... Bear with me.
I think he's 39.
He's definitely getting on. Didier Drogba is 38.
38.
Oh, he's just a young pup.
Yeah. Andy Smith, if we get Sturridge in January, can we do a sweepstake on how many minutes into his debut he gets injured? That is the risk with someone like Daniel Sturridge, and it is the big fear of paying big bucks for him. But I think if there is a chance to go and get that guy, you have to go and get him.
I agree. I think the bigger problem with him is, as you always say, Luke, you think that his injury's in his head. If he comes here and after a couple of games he thinks, I don't really fancy this, I'm injured, my back's playing up, well, that was a good signing, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It is a massive risk, but it's definitely a risk that I think we would have to take if the opportunity came up.
It's that, and if those opportunities don't come up a lot, and I think if it comes up, you've got to go for it.
Speaking of injuries, by the way, 2 players back in training, Mr. Andy Carroll, of course, and Gökhan Tor is also back in training.
Oh, well, yeah, apparently wants to start West Ham, Gökhan.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. West Ham, Ron, if you can choose one win out of the 2, we've discussed this already, cup game or league game, we've all agreed that the cup game, as much as the league is very important at the moment, I think a cup would be nice for us, yeah. West Ham community, what has gone wrong in your opinion Why are we having such a poor season?
Individual mistakes, too many individual mistakes.
Broken promises. We've gone into a season without a striker that's any good. For me, we bought players that are fillers and have not improved the side in any way. Exceptions, maybe Fernandes is a very good little player. Masako looks like a very good little player, but apart from that, they've all been fillers, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
like
no one must know that Zaza wouldn't hit the ground running.
No, I agree, but again, Zaza was about 25th on the list. Like you're going right down the list of players that we were promised, and that was the biggest mistake. David Sullivan shouldn't have come out and said anything, and maybe then Zaza, we would have been like, oh yeah. Do you know what? He's a good signing. We'll get behind him.
Do you know, right at the beginning of the whole thing, we should have just gone bang, 30 million, Benteke, thank you, welcome to West Ham. In my opinion,
no, we should have.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah. Any other opinions, guys, on why it's gone wrong? Payet's head turn, possibly.
Yeah, although he's still been doing well for us.
The slow start in pre-season, DNLP, either getting Payet and Ogbonna and Collins and Randolph.
Our
fitness has been appalling. Like doing fitness sessions, catch-up fitness sessions during the international break is shocking. What team has ever had to do that?
Buy anything into the Antonio row at the beginning of the season after the Chelsea game as well? Do you buy anything into that?
Possibly. Could it be a factor? You know, there's a lot of things there. It's just obviously the pressure of a new stadium and getting used to the move, and like there's so many different things. So many
new
different
training
things.
ground.
Yeah, that's there. Dave, do you like your popcorn salt or sweet?
Sweet.
Sweet.
All day long, yeah.
Toffee, please. Kevin Baxter. Even though I personally want Slav to stay, do you agree he looks a broken man on the sidelines?
No.
I think he did a few weeks ago, and I actually said it on this podcast. But no, not recently, no.
He was back to his dictating the play, pointing, he was jumping, he was all over it. Did he, because I haven't watched the game back again, and I can only go by what I saw, but did he square up to someone after that really bad tackle on Kayati?
Oh,
yeah.
He didn't square up to him. He was shouting at the referee, and the player, I can't remember the player's name now, but the player sort of turned around to look at him because Bilic was shouting, but I don't think that anything really happened.
Yeah. And he also goes on to say, the foe in January, yes or no, a cheeky 8 million.
We wouldn't get him for 8 million.
Nah.
So he put a bid in for 8 million.
Yeah.
Sorry, for those that are getting annoyed, I've got a rabbit sitting opposite me and she's doing my heading, he's biting the cage, so that's why I'm clicking my fingers. I do apologise.
SB, what do you think of Mich Bastia coming in January? We've discussed this already, but yeah, be a great sign if we can pull it off.
I think he'd have to, again, we don't know the truth, but he would have to come back with it. What's the saying, tail between his legs?
Yeah. And last question from John Eves. Do you think John Cena will turn heel soon?
I hope so. He needs to for the sake of like his career. Yeah. Turn John Cena to heel, definitely.
Sorry, just off subject. What do you make of Conor McGregor wanting to fight The Rock at WrestleMania 33?
Did he say that?
Yes.
Do you know what? Conor McGregor will end up in the WWE. He's made for it. Absolutely. The thing is he's too small. He's too small a guy. He'd be like, Rey Mysterio running around in there. He could just get thrown about.
Yeah.
But what a guy on the mark. What an entertainer, Conor McGregor. I'll say that. What an entertainer. And he has backed it up. His performances in the Octagon. He's a fantastic fighter.
Yeah. That's it for this week, guys. Let us know any opinions as you're watching the show, as you're going through. Drop comments in. Guy last week, you could tell that he'd been watching the show and he was making comments as he was watching it. Really appreciate that, whoever that was. I can't remember who that was. Big thank you. Hopefully we'll be back for a review of the Manchester United game. Sorry there was no Tottenham review. As I say, I was too wound up. Paul hopefully will be back for a preview for the FA Cup game. But that's it for not the FA Cup game. I keep saying FA Cup. League Cup game. Yeah, drop us a like, guys. Get us out there to subscribers. Again, we're really close to that 1,400, which would be nice. Also, guys, I've forgot to mention them for the last few weeks, but get over to West Ham Fan Zone. They're so close to 25k likes on Facebook, and I know they're going to do a big competition if they hit 25k likes very soon, which they're due to hit in the next couple of days. So that's it from me. That's it from Lee. That's it from Paul. Join us next week, guys, and hopefully we'll bring you some good news that we're in the semi-final of the Cup and we've picked up some good results. That's it. Come on, you irons. Let's go.
Cheers.
You know that guy said I want a real fan? Look at this. Full kit, tattoo, scarf. Let's go.
That's in there. That's it.